Hello and welcome to the 15th annual LD Micro main event. We're here at the Lux Hotel in Los Angeles, California, and I'm joined by Barry Sloane, CEO of Newtek Business Services, ticker symbol NEWT on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. Barry, thank you so much for joining us at LD Micro and the Sequire Spotlight. We're eager to hear a little bit more about the company, so please, if you'd like to tell our audience a little bit about what the focus is.
Sure. Newtek was established in January of 1998 out of a spare bedroom in a New York City apartment. And we've been publicly traded since September of 2000. Company's mission over the course of 24 years has been to provide financial and business solutions to what we refer to as independent business owners. Some people call them small and medium-sized businesses. We service over 90,000 customers in all 50 states, all across the United States, and provide them with solutions to make them successful.
True startup story, starting in an apartment.
That right from ground up. Yep, that's how we did it.
I've definitely been part of some of those interesting times.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got started.
Sure. So I guess if I go back to the time I was 11, my father put me on a street corner selling ceramic bowls to people in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. And so I have a retail background dealing with individuals, dealing with consumers. Eventually, I got lucky, found an opportunity to work on Wall Street, which I did from 1982 to 1995 in the mortgage and asset-backed securitization business, which was great training. And then pretty much when I left the street in 95, I started what is now known as Newtek. And that's kind of been the background and the genesis of the establishment of the company. I took two partners in January of 98, and then pretty much the rest is history. Today, we have over $1 billion of assets, market capitalization of $375 million, and we've been trading on the NASDAQ since 2004.
Wow, and I heard there might be a rumor of some new products coming out. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so Newtek for the last 8 years has been positioned as what's called the Business Development Corporation, which technically is a mutual fund and is a 40s Act company, which means that we have to distribute between 90 and 100% of our income to shareholders, so we pay a big dividend. About a year ago, we announced that we're going to acquire a bank and become a bank holding company subject to regulatory approval. So we are hopeful. I keep looking at my phone, waiting for the phone call. Literally today, all day.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, exactly. For the government regulators to say, yes, you can go forward, you can buy the bank, and we're going to approve the publicly traded company as a bank holding company. We're very excited about the ability to offer depository services to our customers.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And is there any corporate structure changes that are coming up in the immediate future?
Well, I think that from a prospect of being a bank holding company and owning a bank, we would become a 33 Act company, so therefore we are taxable versus currently we're non-taxable. And I think from a product perspective, our clients would get a software product and tool along with people in process called the Newtek Advantage. And the Newtek Advantage would be a way for our clients to get banking solutions, but tremendous technology to be able to transact and really evaluate their business model. The Newtek Advantage will make our clients more successful and better at what they do each and every day.
All right. And who are some of the emerging competitors in the space? How do you level up against them? And where do you see the market going in the next 5 years?
So clearly we compete against organizations like NEWT, PayPal, Square, and the banking industry. And Newtek is kind of everything that they do wrapped into one. Now, obviously, we're on a 20-year mission. I'd like to say we were an overnight success. It just took 20 years to get there. We're very profitable. This year we'll pay $2.75 in a cash distribution to our shareholders. It's a great yield. And as we convert into a bank holding company, we'll probably retain some of those earnings rather than pay such a big dividend, but we believe it's accretive. I'm still the single largest shareholder. My interests are very much aligned with all the shareholders. So we do what's best for all of our stakeholders and particularly our shareholders.
Interesting you mentioned PayPal. They were just recently in a lot of hot water for some of their corporate policies, ended up losing a lot of subscribers. So it's great to see an emerging technology there to support that need where people can go and divest from companies like PayPal and go into companies like yours. What projections do you have for the following quarter?
So we have forecasted a 70-cent dividend with a payment date of December 31. So for people that would purchase the stock, probably over the next 45 days, they would be able to earn a 70-cent dividend, and that's based upon approximately a $16 stock price today. So if you equate the yield that's north of 17%. We've historically generated very high returns. I would point shareholders to our investor relations section in newtek1.com, NEWTKONE. There's a bunch of forecast tools, particularly if you become a bank holding company. So you can take a look at our return on average assets, return on tangible common equity. Our return on average assets, we believe as a bank, will be between 3 and 4%. Return on tangible common equity will be in the high teens, low 20s. Those are not typical returns for a bank holding company or a bank. And that's because we've developed a product set, particularly small business lending. For those that aren't familiar with us, we're the second largest SBA lender in the United States. So we have tools and products and solutions that generate very high returns to our shareholders. Been in business for 20 years, got through the 08-09 credit crisis, got through the pandemic. It's a tested management team, and we've got over 80, 90,000 customers who do a great job in making them successful every day.
Fantastic story. Given the current market stock price, do you think you made the right decision to acquire the bank?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm actually more emboldened, despite the fact, like many companies, it's been a difficult journey with stock prices lately. But the fact that we can raise capital with core deposits instead of commercial funding at 6 or 7% higher, the fact that we can finance the business with core deposits instead of equity and debt, so we have to sell less shares at the current stock price to grow the business, we're pretty convinced this is the right way to go. And the ability to bundle everything together and push it up to clients in the Newtek Advantage. Verticals such as tech solutions, payment solutions, insurance agency, payroll, and lending solutions will all be available in one place for our customers. So we'll be able to margin pool, give people second product discounts. We're very excited about the opportunity to serve our independent business owner community.
Amazing. Do you see yourself as a growth or a value play?
We're a disruptor.
Disruptor.
And we've been growing for 20 years. So we're different. We're unique. We're not that easy to understand, but for those who do the homework, typically you come out on the right side. We've done a great job returning equity to shareholders over our history.
Amazing. And what does your 2 decades of experience bring to the table, and how does that help you going forward?
First of all, expect the unexpected. Wake up in the morning and assume a crane's going to fall on your head. So once you do that, you avoid the pitfalls and the problems. Play chess, not checkers. So you're always thinking ahead. What's my next step? What do I do after that? And also, I think that people are waking up and going, oh my God, look where interest rates are. Well, geez, on a relative basis, historically, they're not that high. So this is not abnormal. And unfortunately, fiscal and monetary policy in the country have really been very helpful to business. It is likely that that punch bowl gets taken away. So you've got to be able to plan for that and assume that only the good businesses are going to survive. Those are the credits you got to pay attention to, lend to, and really focus on the fundamentals of business.
Sharp. And in closing, is there anything you'd like to reveal to investors? Any announcements, big news?
I think that stock symbol is NEWT, so our mascot is a salamander. It is not a gecko. It's aquatic. It wears glasses and has NEWT on a T-shirt. So let's be very clear about that. And stay tuned. Take a look at us. We hope to be able to get regulatory approval any day. We don't take that for granted, but we've been down a long road, and we're hopeful we'll get a positive response shortly.
And where can we go to find out more information about the company?
I appreciate that. Newtek1, NEWTKONE.com. That's our website, and you get a lot of information. Or if you're pulling up a stock ticker, it's NEWT like the salamander.
Newtek Business, thank you so much for coming by, Barry. And we appreciate you sharing your story with our audience here at LD Micro and abroad.
Thank you. Appreciate it.